Booyaka shot. Ch-ch-ch-ch-ch-ch. Booyaka shot. Booyaka shot. Ch-ch-ch-ch-ch-ch-ch-ch-ch. Yo, it's going down. Do you love do you love NBA best ball? If so, you're in the right place. In this episode, we will be participating in a real money best ball draft on Underdog Fantasy. Do you love NBA best? Do you love NBA best ball? If so, you're in the right place. We are about to conduct a live best ball draft. We're jumping in the room right now. Whoa, it's going down. Like, I'm sorry, but these things, you wait, and then finally you get in after waiting for like sometimes hours, depending on what time of the day. Again, the best time to do this is midday, at least on the East Coast. Again, welcome to the Game Pick Podcast. My name is Robin Marks. You can connect with me on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter at Game Pick Podcast. If you use Underdog Fantasy, please make sure you check in on these videos. Whoa, the draft is already happening. Let's just jump right into it. So off the board, we had Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Luka Doncic, and with the fourth pick, let's see what happens. For me, I have a strategy where I'm trying to grab a premier big man at the beginning of the draft, and then I'm going to slowly get some wings due to positional scarcity, and then load up on guards towards the end. But this is what it is. Somebody grabs Joel Embiid. Whoa. So we got Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, Luka Doncic, Joel Embiid, Jason Tatum. And with the sixth pick, let's see what happens here. Let's see what happens. For me, right now, I'm eyeing Karl Anthony Towns. I let Karl Anthony Towns slip away before. So it looks like actually I might have the chance to take him. So it looks like Jason Tatum went fifth. LeBron James went sixth. I'm going to secure my elite big man right now. I'm going to grab my main man, Karl Anthony Towns. Just draft him and get that going. All right. Next up is Baby Stevie. My main man, Baby Stevie, is up. Let's see what we got here. Let's go back to the draft board and take a look. And again, I know some of the folks out there have different strategies. I'll be the first to say that I'm not the most experienced best ball player. It's something that I've played a couple of last year, actually, I tried, and this will be my second year. I'm locking in, trying to conduct a few of these mock drafts every couple of days, you know what I'm saying? But my schedule is just so crazy. And again, the time that I film and record is 5 a.m. in the morning, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday typically. So nobody's doing drafts. So I took Karl Anthony Towns 7th. Kevin Durant went 8th in the first round. John Morant went 9th. Now we have my man Kawhi 5252 on the clock. He takes Steph Curry. I see that folks are loading up on some of those premier guards, which I'm not against, not a part of this particular strategy that I'm using, this build for my best ball team. I'm trying to secure an elite big, which I've done. People have concerns about Karl Anthony Towns being able to perform on the level that he's been known for due to the arrival of Rudy Gobert. I am in opposition of that position. I feel like he will still be able to perform on an elite level and should be in the category of a Joel Embiid and maybe even a Nikola Jokic at on some level. He's obviously not the Joker. He's obviously not Embiid, but he is durable, which is something that Embiid has proven in the past that he is not. So let's take a look at the draft board really quick. We had, after Karl Anthony Towns, 8th went Kevin Durant, 9th went John Morant. Steph Curry went 10th. 11th was James Harden. 12th was LaMelo Ball. Top of the second, we got Trae Young. Next, we had Damian Lillard at pick 14 in the second round. And then we have my man Kawhi 55252. Again, he grabs Ant-Man, which I love. I'm gonna go start looking at my queue right now to see where I'm gonna be headed. Again, you want to get yourself some elite wings here, right? I'm interested in securing a couple of bigs. I don't know if I will go with that right now. I think what I would rather do is secure a solid wing. And it looks like the best available option for me on the board is DeMar DeRozan. I love DeMar DeRozan. I think until people can show me that he won't perform, I'll continue to call him Compton's Michael Jordan. So I'm going to draft my Compton Michael Jordan, DeMar DeRozan. So we got Anthony Edwards at 15, Zion Williamson at 16, Tyrese Halliburton at 17. I don't know about that pick. Very interesting. Number 18, DeMar DeRozan. Not so crazy about that pick, but I'm completely satisfied knowing that I've secured a somewhat elite level wing. Then we have Devin Booker going at 19th, and then Steven SZT2 is up. Let's see what he does. I'm going to already start looking at my queue to see where we are. So for me, I've secured one legit wing. Right now, left on the board, we have Pascal Siakam. Not crazy about Pascal. I am confident he could win someone a championship in best ball. I'm just not, it's not going to be my team. Kawhi Leonard, as much as I love Kawhi Leonard, his resting, his, he arguably, and this is something that I've talked about before, he is arguably the godfather of resting and load management. You know what I'm saying? Like, it really came to the public, to the public's eye that people were resting when the Spurs and your man Kawhi Leonard brought that to the table. So for me, I'm not messing with him on a strength for that. So I'm going to look at people like Jaylen Brown. Paul George is hanging around here. So that's someone I'm interested in. I'm actually going to put Paul George in my queue. I'm interested in Paul George. And Paul George is also a bit of an injury risk, but that's a risk I'm willing to take. I'm really, really fascinated to see if I could snatch up Paul George with this next pick. Let's take a look at the board and kind of catch up. We had Devin Booker at 19, Domantas Sabonis at 20, DeJounte Murray. I don't know. Pascal Siakam, nah. Donovan Mitchell, nah. Cade Cunningham, yes. 25. I'm gonna do my yes, no, maybe, guys. Don't mind me. Don't mind me. And I could be wrong. Like, that's the thing. I know I know some people watch my content and they're like, what are you talking about? Listen, guys, I literally worked for 10 years at the company in the place that started basketball. Like in 1891, where it started, where it was built, where it was created. I worked there. So I know the history of the game. Also coached a little bit. Also been a sports director in some of my positions. Come on, man. I know my stuff, man. But my stuff is definitely not consensus. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, people are not going around here talking about they're not messing with Kawhi Leonard. But let's get back to it. I'm about 2 picks away. So I got to lock in. Paul George is still on the board. Jimmy Butler is still on the board. Kawhi Leonard is still on the board. Kyrie Irving is still on the board. I'm not going to draft Kyrie Irving. I'm interested, but I'm not going to draft Kyrie Irving. I'm going to wait. Yes, Paul George is there. And again, Jimmy Butler, too busy making coffee, too busy getting his hair done. Kawhi Leonard, too busy resting. Paul George is the guy I have confidence in. I'm going to go with Paul George. Any risk of injury is normal risk of injury, but I don't have to worry about him resting. So let's grab Paul George there. So now I got 2 elite wings. I'm feeling really, really good. Got 2 elite wings. Now I'm going to start targeting some guards. So let's finish our recap. We had Anthony Davis. Oh my goodness. I just threw up in my mouth a little bit. Sorry. Rudy Gobert. Nah. Vucevic, maybe. Jaylen Brown, yes. Bradley Beal, yes. SGA, why? Heck no. Paul George, yes. Jimmy Butler, no. Kawhi Leonard, no. De'Aaron Fox, maybe. Let's see who Walt V33 picks. And then after that, we got everybody's hateritz. I love that name. It's so good. Oh, man. So let me, while I'm doing this, and this is a tip for all of you guys who are doing not just best ball drafts, but for any draft. This is for, season-long drafts, dynasty drafts, the works. Make sure you are utilizing your queue. Make sure you're putting some of those players that you want in your queue. So I'm going to look down here. I'm about 5 picks away. So I would be looking at an elite guard at this point. So I think Kyrie is an option. I have some fears on his health, but I'll take him. I'm not interested in taking another big. So I would fade the bigs until a little later on. Definitely interested in Chris Paul. He's somebody I like. Not interested in Russell Westbrook here, but I would definitely grab Russell Westbrook later on in the later rounds. I love that Josh Giddey is listed as a wing, so that is definitely supreme value. I love Fred VanVleet. And after looking at the NBA press conferences and everything, media day, it looks like Ben Simmons might be healthy, so I'll be interested in him as well. So it looks like we're up in 1 pick. Darius Garland is still on the board. Josh Giddey still on the board, Chris Paul, Fred VanVleet, and we're up. So we're going to secure our first guard here. And it looks like Darius Garland is gone. So I'm going to go ahead and secure Chris Paul or Fred VanVleet here. I'm going to go with Chris Paul. Listen, if the guy's healthy, he is fantasy gold. Very similar to LeBron James and DeMar DeRozan until he shows me something other than supreme, like high-level production. I'm going to keep, believing in Chris Paul. The health might be the issue with Chris Paul. But let's do a recap while we wait for our next pick. We were up to De'Aaron Fox was a maybe. Bam Adebayo, yes. He shouldn't even fall that far. Zach LaVine, I want to say yes, I'm high on Zach LaVine, but the injury risk is something that's worth noting. Brandon Ingram, absolutely yes. Absolutely yes. I would have grabbed him if he was still available. Scotty Barnes went next at the 38th pick. That is almost at the top of the 3rd. Kyrie Irving goes next. Yes. Evan Mobley, yes. Darius Garland, yes. Chris Paul, yes. DeAndre Ayton, maybe. Julius Randle, heck to the nah. I always say, I don't even want anything to do with the color blue or orange because of the Knicks. I'm from New York, and I can't. Like, you see what I got on my wall over here. I'm about to switch teams. I cannot with the Knicks or Julius Randle. Drew Holiday, yes. Russell Westbrook here, no. I don't like him this high. And next, we got my man Menzabal with his pick in the 3rd round. So I'm going to go ahead and take a look at my queue here, or load my queue up and see what I got. So Josh Giddey's still on the board. Paolo Banchero, that's something. Hey, if I could secure 3 quality wings, and I think he will have a really good season. RJ Barrett is also somebody I'm interested in, but I'd be interested in him later on. Then I would start thinking about my backup big, like who is going to be my backup big. I'm up in 6 picks. Terry Rozier is a guard that I'm looking at. Andrew Wiggins, I'd be interested in. Valanciunas would be a great option for a backup wing, but I won't put him in my queue quite yet. Tyrese Maxey is a guard that I'll be looking at. Desmond Bane, Alperen Şengün. If I could get Alperen Şengün later on, like maybe 6th, 7th round, I might consider it. Colin Sexton, oh my gosh. I might reach for Colin Sexton. Like, honestly, guys, if you are drafting best ball, make sure that Colin Sexton is on all of your teams. He's trying to get himself a fat contract. He's also playing with a chip on his shoulder. I would strongly, strongly advise you, if you can, to draft Colin Sexton, aka the sexiest name in fantasy basketball. John Collins is available down here. I'm going to put him in my queue. Jakob Poeltl is somebody that I'd be interested in. I'm a couple of picks away. Mikal Bridges is somebody I'd be interested in. Devin Vassell, Keegan Murray. Jeremy Grant, no. Franz Wagner, yes. I'd be interested in. Robert Williams, absolutely not. He's out with injury. I hope no one drafts him. Jaren Jackson Jr., also out with injury. Won't draft him. I don't even want to take the risk for later in the season. Like, I'm out. I'm out on players like that. Anthony Simons, very much interested. So I'm up next. So let me lock in. It looks like Paolo Banchero is my next best available, and he just went off the board. So I'm going to let that go. Terry Rozier is an interesting pick, y'all. Like, I'm telling you, it's the kind of player, especially with Miles Bridges out because of his legal issues. I think Terry Rozier is setting the stage for an amazing breakout year. So I'm going to draft Scary Terry. So Scary Terry is off the board in my on my roster. I'm super hyped about that. Let me do my recap. So I think we left off at I was talking about how much I hated the Knicks. So let's go from Westbrook. So I say no to Westbrook there. CJ McCollum, maybe. Josh Giddey, yes. Ben Simmons, yes. RJ Barrett, yes. Fred VanVleet, yes. Kristaps Porzingis, maybe. Chris Middleton, maybe. Paolo Banchero, yes. Terry Rozier, yes. Andrew Wiggins, yes. Jared Allen, here, maybe. Jonas Valanciunas, here, maybe. Jalen Brunson, maybe. Tobias Harris, maybe. And we're all caught up. So I'm going to go back to my queue, and then we'll come back and recap the rest of those players. It looks like Tyrese Maxey would be my next best available player that I'm interested in. Let's see what else we got cooking over here. We have Jaden Ivey, definitely somebody I'm targeting in some drafts. Brogdon, I don't want any parts of that. Kyle Lowry, nope. Al Horford could be an interesting pick as a backup big, especially with everything that's happening in Boston. Josh Hart, definitely someone I'm interested in. Not sure if I would be interested in drafting him there, but someone nonetheless that I'd be interested in picking up. Gary Trent Jr., love that. Lonzo Ball, stay away from him. Folks, he is injured. If you don't know basketball, be careful. Don't draft him right now. There's no telling how long that guy's going to be out. Wiseman would be interesting for a backup big man. Bones Highland is another one that's very interesting to me. I want to believe in Kuminga, but I don't think he's going to get the keys to the car quite yet. Herbert Jones, love that. Benedict Mathurin, I'm hearing nothing but good things. I haven't had the opportunity to watch him live, but I hear good things. Okay, so here we are. 22 seconds on the clock. My next best available is Desmond Bane and then Colin Sexton. Colin Sexton is not coming back around to me. So I'm going to grab him here. Again, Colin Sexton, the sexiest name in fantasy basketball. Not physically, just his name, guys. Like, keep it clean. All right, let's see what we got. Let's do our recap. Recap. All right, here we go. So I think the last person we talked about, if I remember correctly, was yes, we were starting the top of the what is that? The 6th round. So with the first pick in the 6th round, pick 61, we got Jamal Murray, Klay Thompson. Let me go back. Jamal Murray, maybe. Klay Thompson, and he's at wing, which is very interesting. No, he's at point. He's at guard. My apologies. Klay Thompson is at wing. No on Klay Thompson. Maybe on Kyle Kuzma. Yes on Tyrese Maxey. Yes on Alperen Şengün, but I don't know about 6th round. I don't know. We'll see. Nurkic, no. I want nothing to do with him. Too many injuries, can't do it. Burn me once, won't burn me twice. Jalen Green, no. I have no confidence in Jalen Green. He has to show me something. He had one big game last season. I went and grabbed him in Dynasty, ended up dropping him a couple weeks later. Totally waiver wire material until I see otherwise. Desmond Bane, emphatic yes. Yes. Clint Capella, yes. Jakob Poeltl, yes. And then we're up to the 72nd pick, which would be the bottom of the 6th round. And with the back-to-back pick, Wave Rider grabs Kevin Porter Jr. I take Kevin Porter Jr. before I take Jalen Green, so I'm not mad at that pick. To get him in the 7th round, I think that's tons of value, so you can't even be mad at that. So I'm a few picks away, so I'm going to go ahead and get focused, locked in, and see what I got here. So Christian Wood is the best available player on the board. Not really interested in that. But I am going to have to grab a backup big. So I need to kind of get a little more urgent around that. Draymond Green, I'm really not interested. Miles Turner, really not interested. Al Horford, I would have some interest, especially with what's happening with the injury to Robert Williams. And then I would probably scout some young talent here in terms of big men. Like Mitchell Robinson, again, that's a Knick player. Just because it's a Knick player, I have, strong issues and feelings about drafting him there. So I don't know about that. So I'm up one pick away. Let me get focused here. So according to my queue, my best available is Mikal Bridges. Christian Wood, Man, that's interesting. I don't want to do that, but something is telling me I should do that. I'm gonna just kind of take a leap here and go ahead and grab Franz Wagner because he was going off in EuroLeague. I'm just gonna grab Franz. Like that's a reach, guys. Sometimes you just get that feeling, man, when you just got to make that decision. And Franz Wagner there was definitely a reach, but I believe alongside Paulo Banquero, he's gonna have an amazing year, and it's something that I'm banking on. I'm drafting him in a lot of places. So I hope that it wins me the money. And I think that that's a pick that maybe is not so conventional in that position. So hopefully that risk will reap a reward for me. So let's start. We got to look at some big men. So let me get back to this recap, and then we're gonna go digging in the queue to see what we can pull up. So after Kevin Porter Jr., we had D'Angelo Russell, maybe. Sadiq Bey, maybe. John Collins, yes. Michael Porter, no. Buddy Hield, yes. Franz Wagner, yes. Maybe not there for Franz Wagner. I would have liked to see him go a little later, but I had to. When you want a player, just pick your guys. Christian Wood, yes. Tons of value there. Jabari Smith, yes. Draymond Green, no. Mikal Bridges, yes. Miles Turner, no. Jordan Poole, maybe. Robert Williams, head to the no. He's injured. Next up is Quay 552 grabs Wendell Carter Jr. Maybe. Somebody in Orlando is not going to get their lunch. Somebody in Orlando is not going to eat. After Wendell Carter Jr., we had Devin Vassell off the board, and then baby Stevie is up, and then I'll be up. So let me go ahead and get focused, lock in on my queue. Tyler Hero is the next best available. Then Keegan Murray, Jaden Ivey. Jaden Ivey, man, I'll be reaching there, but boy, that is a reach that I would be okay with. That is a reach that I would be okay with. So if I had to pick out of Keegan Murray and Jaden Ivey, God, I hope you know what? I don't have much Keegan Murray stock. So, I have Jaden Ivey in a bunch of leagues. I'm going to grab Keegan Murray here. Yeah, let's just do it. Maybe he comes back around in a turn. I highly doubt it with me sitting in the middle of this wasteland, at what am I like with the 8th pick, you know what I'm saying? Or with the 6th pick. Jeez Louise. Like being in the middle of rounds, I really hate it. Like I'd rather be at the top or the bottom, like 1st or 12th. Like I don't want to be in the middle. I'll even take 2nd or 11th, but like having to wait, it's brutal, man. It's brutal. You're watching all the goodness just float away while you sit in the middle of this wasteland, like Life of Pi, hanging out with a daggone tiger on a raft. It sucks, man. So after Devin Vassell, after Wendell Carter Jr. was Devin Vassell, yes. Anthony Simons, yes. Keegan Murray, yes. Marcus Smart, maybe. Tyler Hero, no. Tyler Hero, no. I'm over Tyler Hero. Best ball, roto, category, points leagues, joints leagues, anything. Like, I don't want anything. I don't even like watching superhero movies now because of Tyler Hero. Burned me too many times. I'm over it. OG Anunoby, yes. Great value in the 8th round. Lauri Markkanen, excited to see what he does in Utah. Love that pick. Cole Anthony, yes. 8th, Trey Jones, hearing a lot of good things about him, so I'm going to give him a maybe. Then we're at the start of the 9th round. We're almost there, folks. We're pushing through. We're at the halfway point of this draft. We're going into the second half. So let's see what kind of goodness I can find here in the queue. Walk with me now because I got to get ready for my next pick. So Jaden Ivey might make it to me on the turn. If he makes it to me on the turn, I might do a backflip on camera. Like, I really might do a backflip on camera. Mitchell Robinson is sad, but man, if I draft the Knicks player on this draft, you guys might, I don't know, you might see the worst side of me, man. Bobby Portis, not sexy at all. Steve Adams, not sexy at all, man. It's ugly here. Zubac, some interest there, man. If I'm going to take Zubac, I can take Mitchell Robinson. You know what? I'll go against my religion and I'll grab Mitchell Robinson if he's available. And Bobby Portis is another big. Again, my backup big, I'm not expecting much from him. I might grab 2 or 3 bigs total, but there's really not much going on here. Like it's really, really stinky down here. TJ Warren could be a sneaky pick, but because of his health, I just can't bring myself to draft him. Andre Drummond could also be another sneaky pick, especially if Vucevic gets injured. That could be really good. So Jaden Ivey's gone. Duh. Somebody's probably watching my daggone video here and sniped him. God, that pisses me off. So according to my queue, the next best available is Gary Trent Jr. So I'm going to grab Gary Trent Jr. I'm happy with that pick. Totally fine. Looks like I am almost where I need to be with guards. For every draft, I want to make sure I have at least 6 to 7 guards. I would strongly recommend that you guys do the same. I think the data shows that the people who won in these best ball tournaments, they had a bunch of guards. So make sure you're grabbing 6 or 7 guards and securing some high level wings, because wings, as I noted earlier, is the area of your roster where you'll have some scarcity. And you, of course, want to secure a quality big. So I'm going to go back to the queue and then we'll do the recap, because I need to dig a little further to see what other kind of goodness I can get here at center, because there's not much. Yeah, Mo Bamba almost threw it. Oh, Isaiah Jackson. There's my man. Oh, baby. So Isaiah Jackson, I'm going to move him up here, because that's somebody that I would absolutely reach for. I think he's going to have a big year, and he's somebody that people are sleeping on. So for me, that's somebody that I would definitely consider taking a long look at, either for my next pick or for the pick after that. I fear that someone will snipe him if I sleep too long, but I would definitely reach for a player like that. Hartenstein is another one, a great big that could work. Nick Claxton is another one. So there's some juicy goodness later on. Miles Bridges, stay away from Miles Bridges, guys. No. Bad woosah. Not good. All right, let's do a quick recap before my next pick. We had at the top of the 9th, we had Jeremy Grant. Then we had, which is a hard no for me. No. Josh Hart, yes. Jaren Jackson Jr. What are you doing, guys? What are you doing? No, he's not playing right now. Maybe you want to save him for later. I'm not going to judge you, my brother. You do your thing. Al Horford, Al Horford, yes. Oh, I'm about to be up. I got to come back to this recap. We were up to Al Horford, though. So let's get back to the recap. So game pick is up. Next best available, according to my queue, is Bobby Portis, which is a little gross to me, so I'm not going to do it. Then James Wiseman, then Bones Highland. I would grab Bones Highland here, but I don't want to take the risk of somebody else out there grabbing Isaiah Jackson. So I'm going to reach again for Isaiah Jackson. This is in the 10th round. Isaiah Jackson, let's go, baby. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Let me get back to my recap. It was up to Al Horford, I believe. Al Horford. Al Horford, yes. Jaden Ivey, yes. Jordan Clarkson, maybe. Gary Trent Jr., yes. Spencer Dinwiddie, maybe. John Wall, maybe. Gordon Hayward, absolutely not. No to Gordon Hayward. Stay away from me. Stay away from everybody. Mitchell Robinson, maybe. Harrison Barnes, maybe. Steve Adams, hard no. Malcolm Brogdon, no. I think it's not going to be enough. It's not going to be enough usage available for him. Karis LeVert, maybe. Brandon Clark, maybe. Jalen Suggs, maybe. Isaiah Jackson, yes. Kyle Lowry, no. I'm over him. Jalen Smith, maybe. And then we are all caught up. So let's see what we got here in the queue. Okay, so let me start looking at some guards and some wings now, because I think I've queued up enough bigs for, every, like, Big Sean, Notorious B.I.G. I got every big up in here. Robin Biggs, rest in peace, Biggs. So let's see what we got here. So Chris Duarte, no. Let me start at the top. Aaron Gordon, no. Lonzo Ball, no. Dylan Brooks, no. Jared, well, maybe Dylan Brooks. I'm not happy with his real life game, but he has a pretty decent fantasy game, especially in points leagues. And his best ball is more of a points format. Jared Vanderbilt, maybe. DeAndre Hunter, no. He's on ATL again? I thought he was in New York. What the heck? Kelly Oubre Jr., maybe. Especially with Miles Bridges out. That's a sneaky pick. No one's talking about Kelly Oubre. Jonathan Kuminga, maybe. Davion Mitchell, maybe. Lou Dort, no. Bojan Bogdanovic, maybe. Mark Williams, I don't know enough about him. Mo Bamba, no. Markel Fultz is injured. Do not draft him. Josh Primo, I'm hearing he's not going to get a lot of playing time. Monte Morris, maybe. Monte Morris is another one you got to keep an eye on because he's going to have some opportunity there. Cam Johnson, maybe. Mike Conley, he's too old. Emmanuel Quickly, maybe. Will Barton, somebody that in the later rounds might be interesting in Washington. Dorian Finney-Smith, maybe. TJ Warren, I got too many injury concerns. Reggie Jackson, yes, especially late like this. Even though we have John Wall coming to town, I still think he's going to have tons of value. Obi Toppin, he's a Knick, so I'm staying away from him. Patrick Williams, no. Kevin Huerter, no. Taylor Horton-Tucker, maybe. Evan Fournier, yes. Jonathan Isaac, no. We just got news that he's not going to be playing. Steph Curry, I'd say yes to Steph Curry at this point of the draft. Okay, so we're up in 3 picks. Let's lock in. You guys can see my face here, so you can see the pain of drafting at this point of the draft. Let me get to the top here to see the best available player. People are passing on Bobby Portis left and right. Then we have, according to my queue, the next best available would be Bones Highland, who I love, Herbert Jones, Benedict Mathurin. So here when you – and another thing that's worth noting – actually, let me quickly draft and then I'll come back to that. Bones Highland here. Tasty. Looks really tasty. I'm going to go with my gut, and I'm going to draft my man Bones. I think Bones is going to break out. I know Jamal Murray's coming back, but I think he has standalone value. And with the departure of Morris, I think that's going to free up some minutes for him. And he looks good. He passes the eye test. So let's quickly take a look at my roster. I have 5 guards, 4 wings, 2 bigs. I'm feeling very good about this build. Now, the thing I wanted to mention to you guys is that, and this is something that I'm on the hilltop about. Do you, like in fantasy football, we stack, right? So we'll get the quarterback and we'll get the wide receiver, or we'll get that running back and we'll double up on points there. Here in best ball, specifically for fantasy basketball, I don't recommend that. I think that what you're doing is you could be creating, you could create a scenario for your team where you're kind of minimizing the value of your players. So you might have a guy who goes off, you know what I'm saying? And that works fine. But also if he has somebody on his team, you might not be getting the most out of your roster, if that makes sense. And I can unpack that further. If you guys want a video like that, where I unpack stacking fantasy football versus fantasy best ball, please let me know. We're next up, guys. So let me stop with the talking and start with the hawking. So my next best available, according to my rankings or my queue, is Benedict Mathurin, which I'm very interested in because it's another guard. Like I said, I want to load up with guards, get 6 or 7. And with a rookie, because the upside is like a question mark, there's no telling what you can get. So you might get a league winner. I'm going to grab young Benedict there. Okay, so now what do we got here? Let's do our recap really quick. We were up to we were up to, I want to say we were up to about Jalen Smith, PJ Washington, Jalen Smith, PJ Washington, Jayshawn Tate, Bojan Bogdanovic, Aaron Gordon, Dylan Brooks, Kelly Oubre, Bojan Bogdanovic. Did I say Bojan? Bogdan was 119. My apologies, guys. Bogdanovic, then Aaron Gordon, then Dylan Brooks, then Kelly Oubre Jr., then Bojan Bogdanovic, Monte Morris, James Wiseman, Bobby Portis, Bones Highland, Jarrett Vanderbilt, Lou Dort, Chet Holmgren. No, don't do that. No. He's injured. And he's out for the season. Is he auto-drafted? DeAndre Hunter, Zubac, Herb Jones, Chris Duarte, Max Strus, Kuminga, Williams, Mathurin, Mo Bamba, Josh Primo, Markel Fultz. I'm sorry I didn't do the yes, no, maybe on those guys. I just wanted to get caught up. If you want more yes, no, maybe videos, also let me know, because I did one like that a while back, and it was pretty cool. Just kind of going through while I was in the waiting room in a best ball league, waiting. And then I never got in the league. I just ended up giving my my opinion on the actual players and their rank and their position. So it wasn't a total waste of time. But let's keep pushing. So we had Josh Primo, Markel Fultz, Dorian Finney-Smith, Davion Mitchell, Talon Horton Tucker. And then we have Wave Rider back on the clock. We have 1, 2, 3. We have 4 more rounds, guys. So this is the 13th round. We're going to 16. This is the top of the 13th round. It is getting critical up in here, y'all. Critical. Andre Drummond off the board. I love that pick. If Vucevic goes down, I'm telling you, Andre Drummond is going to eat in Chicago. He's going to eat like some Chicago deep dish pizza. Like he's going to be cooking and eating. So I love that pick. So we are, after Andre Drummond, we got Mike Conley, and then we have my man 4-9 up. And then we're a couple of picks away. It says that I'm 12 picks away, but I know that I'm not. I look like I'm 3 picks away. That's weird. Okay, so Mike Conley, again, too old for me. I love Mike Conley as a player, as a businessman. He's great, but like not someone I'm really interested in grabbing in any format of fantasy. But I'm gonna keep trying to get the goodness for you guys so we can, hopefully this team will lead us to a championship. And if we win a championship, I will commit to doing a 24-hour live stream. If I win the big one, if I win a big prize, we'll do a 24-hour live stream. I'll invite some of my streaming buddies to help me with it, and we'll just create content. After Mike Conley, we had Isaiah Hartenstein, TJ Warren, and then my man B-Who is up, and then I will be up taking the next pick. And let's see what I got in my queue so I can start getting prepared. Oh, I'm up. Obi Toppin goes, and now game pick is back up. Oh, Nick Claxton is looking me right in my eyes. How many bigs do I have? I got 2 bigs. Nick Claxton will be the perfect final addition to my big man case. Let's go. Love that. Man, I'm loving this draft. So it looks like my queue is on slim picking. So I got to go back and see what I can find here. So we got Seth Tari Eason, Victor Oladipo, Miles Bridges, not interested in any of that. Tim Hardaway coming back from an injury, not interested in that. Malik Beasley, nope. Jalen Williams, nope. DeAnthony Melton, maybe. I think in Philly, there might be some value there for him. Isaiah Stewart, I don't want any more bigs. Bruce Brown, love Bruce Brown. Love Bruce Brown. In Denver, no telling what he'll do, but I love Bruce Brown. Derek White, maybe. Walker Kessler, yes, I take him. Jaden McDaniels, maybe. Marvin Bagley, no. Hard no. Dennis Schroeder, no. Hard no. Norman Powell, absolutely yes. Norman Powell is a gem. Pokachevsky, not so sure about that. Not so sure about that. Okongwu's around, but I'm not looking for any more bigs. So I'm not going to do Okongwu. Ricky Rubio, he could have a good bounce back year coming back from injury, but I'm not going to mess with him either. Derrick Rose, no, he plays for the Knicks. I love Derrick Rose, the brand, the man, but no. I don't want anything to do with that. Ayo Dosunmu, maybe. He's young, so that's, and also the risk of injury for Zach LaVine, which is becoming a constant thing, makes him quite interesting. So I'm going to queue him up. Also, Alex Caruso for the same reason. I'm going to queue him up. Robert Covington is a wing. I'm really looking for guards here, but I'd be interested in these late rounds to take a crack at Robert Covington. Malik Monk, it's a lot of mouths to feed in Sacramento. I'm not sure they're going to prioritize him. O'Shea Brissett, I already have someone from Indiana, so not interested in that. And I'm up in the next pick. So my next best available will be DeAnthony Melton, which is really sickening to me. Lonzo, I can't draft. I don't want any parts of Darius. Bruce Brown. Oh, man, it's oogly over here. So, hey, DeAnthony Melton, again, he's not going to be starting, but he's proven when he gets playing time, I'm taking Bruce Brown, man. I'm going to take Bruce Brown. Let me take Bruce Brown. I'm going to just take Bruce Brown. Because the thing about Bruce Brown, if Bruce Brown gets playing time, he is like on fire all the way. Like DeAnthony Melton, I just feel like he does, produce when he gets playing time, but the people just don't give him PT. I think they brought Bruce Bowen there for a reason, especially losing Morris. I think he could fill the gap. He's pretty solid at defense, so I'm interested to see what Bruce Bowen does. Definitely not a pick that I'm doing backflips about, but late rounds, not mad at grabbing Bruce Bowen there. So let's go ahead and finish our recap. We had Obi Toppin, Nick Claxton, Victor Oladipo, Will Barton, Devontae Graham, Jonathan Isaac, Reggie Jackson, Evan Fournier, Seth Curry, Brooke Lopez, Patrick Williams, Emmanuel Quickly, Bruce Bowen. Yep, that was my pick, Bruce Bowen. Lonzo Ball. Guys, Lonzo Ball is injured, man. Lonzo Ball is injured. He might not even be playing, yo. Like, he out of here. Get off that. Kevin Huerter, Terry Eason, and then we are back. Man, I've been thinking about messing with this little thing that I have here. I have something here that I was interested in trying out. Let's see how it goes here. Let's just check it and see how it feels. So if you think it's appropriate for this kind of a video, it's gonna change it up a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Let's vibe out. Drafting in the middle of the day. You know what I'm saying? Oh, shoot. Bruce Bowen or Norman Powell. I would have took Norman Powell there. That's where I messed up. Now that I'm upset. Let me turn off this daggone music. Like, this is ridiculous, dude. Get out of here. The music messed me up. Thinking about music. Lonzo Ball, Kevin Huerter, Terry Eason, Isaiah Stewart, Malik Beasley, Darius Baisley, Norman Powell. Patrick Beverly. Man, I'm mad I didn't get Norman Powell. Let me get focused because this is money on the line. I gotta lock in real quick. So I missed out on my man Norman Powell. I won't miss out on another good one. Montrezl Harrell, interesting to me. Not sure how they're going to utilize him. Jalen Duren, interesting to me. Kyle Anderson, not so much. Pokusevski, not so much. Man, it's ugly down here, man. Chris Boucher, when he plays, right, he could be Shaden Sharp, my man. I know that a lot of people think he's not going to get run, so I'm going to hold on him this time because I don't want to get roasted in the comments again. Let me see what else I got here. Grant Williams. I like Grant. Grant is interesting to me. I'm interested in Grant. Kevin Looney. I don't want another big. Trey Mann, no. Josh Christopher, no. Zion Williams, maybe. Gary Payton Jr., they gave Gary Payton II, I should say. They gave him quite a contract. So I think that would be interesting. Joe Harris, interesting to me. Rashawn Holmes, very interesting, but I don't want another big. So I'm going to stay away from that. DiVincenzo, no. Alec Burks could be interesting, but I don't feel confident in that. So let's go ahead and get to the top of my queue here. Walker Kessler. I think I already got a Utah person on my team. Yeah, I got Colin Sexton. So I'm not too interested in that. Anthony Melton, man, this is ugly here, man. Let me make sure I'm check my queue. I don't miss out on something good here. Yeah, I'm gonna go with Covington. I'm gonna just grab Covington. Grab another wing. He could have a big night. Again, not so excited about it, but it is what it is. When you're in the witching hour of a draft where things are like, you're in the 15th round, 16th round, 12-man league, is scary hours, y'all. It's not cute. It's not friendly. It's not fun. It's like you got to have tough skin to make it through. And that's what we're going to do. Okay. So let's keep on going here. We got let's do our recap. We literally got one more pick. So after Norman Powell, we had Patrick Beverly, Derek White, Alex Caruso, Miles Bridges. Don't draft Miles Bridges in best ball. He might be in some serious trouble. Dennis Schroeder, Robert Covington, Walker Kessler, Jalen Duren, Tim Hardaway Jr., Kevin Love, Jalen Williams, Jaden McDaniel. Man, we are cooking. So for me with this last pick, this is where I'm gonna shoot for the stars. And this is something that people on really not up on and one might even consider it a wasted pick, but it's somebody that I've been taking flyers on, Nikola Jovic. He's a player from Miami, a European player. I don't know if he's going to get any run, but from what I've seen from him, that he could potentially be the guy, the missing piece. I don't know if I want to draft him here, but he's definitely there. So this is my last pick. And this is the part of the draft where you want to take a shot. I want to get a guard, though, but so I want to have more guards than wings. So here, I would recommend you in your draft for your last pick, try out Jovic, and see if he can bring you home that championship. For me, I'm going to go Ayo Dosunmu or Gary Payton II. Let's check my roster here. Yeah, Ayo Dosunmu looks interesting here, but I already got so I'm gonna go with DeAnthony Melton or Gary Payton Jr. I'm gonna just go with Gary Payton II. They pay that man. He's gonna be a backup, but like he could put up some numbers. Let's just go for it. Gary Payton II. And we done. When we done, let's go ahead and do the recap. Okay, let's check it out. Okay, so after Jaden McDaniels was Ricky Rubio, Rui Hachimura, Shaden Sharp. Love that pick. That is my guy, Shaden Sharp. I want to see him shine. I hope that he does well for you, G-Ma Phillip. I just hope you don't beat me. Denny Advia, Gary Payton Jr., Kyle Anderson. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more picks. Not so crazy about going through that because I know at the end of these drafts, these players disappear. So let me go ahead and go through my lineup for you. I got 7 guards. I got 6 wings, 3 bigs. My guards, Chris Paul, Terry Rozier, Colin Sexton, Gary Trent Jr., Bones Highland, Benedict Mathurin, Gary Payton II. My wings, DeRozan, George, Wagner, Murray, Keegan Murray, that is, Bruce Bowen, and Robert Covington. And my bigs, Karl Anthony Towns, Isaiah Jackson, and Nick Claxton, which I'm really, really happy about. So with that being said, if you have never done a best ball draft on Underdog, I would strongly recommend that you try out your first best ball league. The season is starting soon, and when the season starts, you can't draft a best ball team. So it's best that you go for it now, get your pick in. I'm pretty sure you can. I could be wrong. Let me know in the comments if I'm wrong. With that being said, if you decide to use Underdog Fantasy to try out best ball, please support our channel and use the promo code Game Pick Podcast. Underdog will match your first deposit up to $100. It's like getting free money. So don't miss your chance to double up from the jump. You can download Underdog Fantasy on iOS, Android, and even on your desktop. Now, do me a big favor. Drop a comment and let me know if any of the ideas that I talked about in the video you're interested in seeing more. Like if you want that video with me talking about stacking in fantasy football versus stacking in best ball. Any crazy ideas you have, please let me know. That's how I come up with this crazy content. Also, join our private Discord group, our Discord server. If you need help with game picks, if you need help with pickups, trades, dynasty questions, team names, the works. All you have to do is hit the link in the description of this episode. Also, don't forget to bang on that subscribe button, hit us with a thumbs up, and leave us a review on Apple Podcasts. And don't forget, play the waivers, set your lineups, and watch the next episode, you freaking fantasy nerd.